Hello everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel Premiere Next. In this video you are going to get all the information related to the latest updates of The Trust, a Game of Greed Season 1 review. What happens when 11 individuals are invited to a luxurious mansion on the beach with no conditions and given the chance to divide $250,000? Netflix is putting a lot of money on drama with its newest reality show The Trust, a Game of Greed, and for the most part, it pays off. This new reality competition program has an easy concept. Will they stay together and divide the money over several weeks as they grow to know each other better and have to make more and more difficult choices? Or will suspicions and selfishness triumph and they disband the group? Review updates of The Trust, a Game of Greed season before anybody casts their first vote of the game. The majority of us can probably guess the answer. Business coach Lindsay is a quirky individual who gets it right away. "Yes, I think that $250,000 is a lot of money," she responds. "But that doesn't seem like a lot of money to me when you divide it by 11. Start the ruthless voting process for elimination. Players are required to choose whether or not to vote someone out of the trust during weekly secret voting sessions with host Brooke Baldwin. Everyone stays if there is a tie, but the person with the most votes goes home. This leads to a sort of psychological Squid Game where participants try to figure out who deserves the money and who doesn't. Every individual votes as they see fit, and the majority of the time, they are dishonest with other players about their selections. Every removal made by the group is entirely optional, and voting is never mandatory. Nevertheless, it's really difficult for our rivals to control the impulse to cut people who they believe to be undeserving. For example, should someone who made $1 million at the age of 21 really have a piece of the action, when there are others in considerably more vulnerable financial situations? Is the self-described hustler only posing, or will he genuinely keep his promise to abstain from voting anyone out? Some players maintain that everyone can survive to the very end, such as the steadfastly honest rancher Brian. Others claim they could never be that innocent. There seems to be some genetic similarity between the trust and the traders, despite their differences greatly, a game where participants try to figure out who is a trader and intends to keep the entire winnings instead of splitting the pot amongst them. Instead of official traders, everyone in this situation has little chances to betray the organization in covert ways that occasionally go unnoticed. That commitment to mystery can be a blessing or a burden, as contestants assess one another and retaliate appropriately. The first half of The Trust is as captivating as this type of program gets. This group's males all seem oddly committed to being the good soldier and splitting the spoils, while the ladies are typically more reserved. This dynamic causes a schism that gets deeper and deeper across the ensemble. But the stakes start to disappear at the end of the game. With mechanics that never quite come together to provide us with a sense of completion, the conclusion almost feels like an afterthought. Though, on its own, the season's conclusion feels a bit like a tired sigh. Maybe Netflix was counting on this show becoming successful enough to warrant a juicy reunion special. It's difficult to ignore the show's title when we wish we had received something a little bit richer. If you are watching this video on YouTube, please click on the like button and subscribe to the channel for the latest updates related to upcoming movies and series.